It's Drama Detox here on Your Time with me, Kim Iverson. If you got a problem, I have an expert with us tonight. Couples therapist, psychologist, Dr. Jamie Turndorf, also the author of Make Up, Don't Break Up. And she wrote a previous book that I love the title of, Till Death Do Us Part, Unless I Kill You First. Dr. Turndorf, before we move on to some calls, I do have to ask you this. I know this is on your website, askdrlove.com, but you mentioned that there are some critical questions you need to ask before you get too close. Can you give us a few of these? What should we be asking someone before we get too emotionally involved?
Depends how old you are. If you're over 50, ask him how enlarged his prostate is.
Why, is he going to die of cancer or something? You got to worry about that?
I'm serious. Go to the movie, see how long it takes him to come back from the bathroom. No.
Hi, everybody, and welcome back. We have Betty and Todd on the line. They've been married for 5 long years. And poor Betty, she's absolutely love-starved. Let's hear from her now.
Todd used to write me love poems, and you won't believe what he gave me for my birthday this year.
I'm afraid to ask.
A map.
What?
A lousy map.
Oh, Dr. Turndorf, have you ever heard of anything so awful? A map?
That's about as low as you can get.
Uh-oh. I know where Todd is headed. Bad Boy Boot Camp. Hit it, Dr. Turndorf.
All right, Todd, sit your butt down and listen up. I don't know, but I've been told your romance skills are growing old. You used to write her love poems, and this year you gave her a crummy map for her birthday? What's up with that?
It was a great map. It was glossy and framed and everything. I mean, it was
Oh,
good.
yeah, so what's the message? Were you telling her where to go? Listen, if it had been a treasure map leading to the jewels, I'd say you're on the right track. You know, girls do like jewels.
Yeah, but, she doesn't want to do anything. She doesn't want to go anywhere.
Wait a minute. I don't want to hear it.
Huh?
Your problem is you're angry and you don't know it, and it's coming out sideways through you're not giving her what she wants.
She doesn't want to.
Listen, do you want to rag on, or do you want your loving wife back?
Oh, well, yeah, of course. I want her back.
All right, then. Are you ready for me to tell you what to do?
Okay, yeah, go.
All right. I got something for you to strap on.
Uh-oh.
That's going to solve your problems. It's not what you think. I'm whipping it out right now.
Uh-oh.
All right. These knee pads are going to support you when you hit the deck.
Okay.
Now, it's no skin off your knees to give your wife what she wants and live happily ever after. Put them on and get down there.
Well, you're going to have to give me a singing lesson, I think.
Well, you happen to have the benefit of a trained singing shrink on your hands.
Thank goodness.
In today's love and relationships, absence makes the heart grow fonder. Have you been there? That's at least what you hear, right? But that sentiment rings even truer when you're in a long-distance romance. But it might not be as hard as you might be thinking to keep the flames burning miles and miles away. Jamie Turndorf, also known as Dr. Love, is the author of Till Death Do Us Part. Oh, until I kill you. Well, unless I kill you first. She joins us now via Skype. I love that title. You have a guide to help long-distance love go the distance, which is really tough for a lot of people. But first and foremost, you say that daily maintenance, if I can speak today, of your relationship is key. What do you mean by that?
What I mean is you got to do your daily due diligence, Natasha. When you are not living in close physical proximity, you got to go the extra emotional mile. You got to give each other extra frequent reminders of your love and reassurance that you're there, more than couples who are living together. But the good news is that this is going to put your love muscle into tip-top shape so that when you're finally living together full-time, you're going to have the skills to take your love to the finish line.
All right, I like the easy with the love muscle there. What about texting? That's so convenient these days. A lot of us are guilty of it. Is too much of that a bad thing, though?
Listen, you've got to avoid texting no-nos. This is what I say. Do not tackle tough topics via text. Say that 3 times fast. You're not going to say it today.
But what if it's a sexy text?
Do not tackle tough topics via text.
Okay.
Because most couples end up breaking up because you can't handle conflict via text. You don't have the visual cues. You don't have the vocal cues. So you got to get on Skype, get on the phone, talk the old-fashioned way, and use my conflict resolution methods that I show you in my book, Till Death. And you do that and get face-to-face, and you will be able to take your love to the finish line.
And I know you're a fan of, let's say, intimacy from afar. Care to elaborate on that while our children and viewers are listening?
Don't make your sex life an X life. So when you're feeling randy, here's where technology comes in handy.
Oh my. All
So
right. I get your drift, I think. And you say couples living apart, they need to learn how to date long distance. You hear a lot about flirting, how that's so important. Do you think texting is part of that?
Well, technology can come in really handy for long distance dating because you can give each other the feeling you're together, right?
Yeah.
So get on Skype, cook a meal together, share it. Get on the phone, watch the same movie together. Get on Skype, snuggle up at bedtime and fall asleep together, right?
Wow.
But the one thing I always tell ladies, though, use the technology, but if you're seeing a guy who lives far away, make sure he has a really long phone cord.
Oh, my goodness. I think you need a PI, too, at that. But anyway, Jamie, thank you so much for being with us today. Dr. Love, some great tips as always.
Fun. Nice seeing you, Natasha.
Let's fall in love. Why shouldn't we fall in love?
We're back and going right to the phones. We have Mike on the line. And I have to tell you, Dr. Turndorf, he's in a tough spot.
I know. Let's see, Mike, what's happening?
Okay, here's the deal. There's this beautiful woman at work. Her name is Jennifer, and I'm like madly in love with her. But I cannot bring myself to tell her. And this isn't a new problem for me. In fact, I have the idea that a pretty girl would not ever like me. And I've had this feeling since I was 8 years old, and that was when Sally Jane Ritchie rejected me. And she humiliated me in front of the other kids right on the playground. I know it might sound comical to some people, but I'm really crippled.
Oh, Dr. Turndorf, isn't that awful? I think we can all relate.
Oh, yeah. Mike, I totally get what's happening to you. Imagine you're walking on a golf course when lightning strikes. It's no surprise you become terrified of golf courses and you can't ever go on them again. That's because your mind has associated golf courses with lightning. Sally Jane was your lightning bolt. She was the pretty girl who struck you down, and now you have the association in your head that all pretty girls are going to strike you down. The truth is, there is no connection. Sally Jane didn't reject you because she was pretty. She rejected you because she was too dumb to see your fine qualities.
Oh God. No, I get it. I get that.
Good, great. Now that we've freed you from that wrong association, let's get down to the business with your coworker.
Jennifer.
Yeah. You have a choice now. You can be in the present with her and take a chance, or you can continue on the chicken path and keep your feelings a secret forever. The choice is yours. Remember, if you do decide to ask her out and she refuses, you aren't going to die. You'll feel disappointed, but you will also feel good about yourself because you faced a fear head on and you didn't back away. Remember, the only people who are failures are those who don't try.
Ladies, maybe you've seen this before. Time and time again, as soon as you start arguing with your partner, the guys start to retreat, withdraw. And the more we turn up the heat, the more the guys seem to back away. What is that about? Well, our next guest says that is one of the things, the top things that can kill your relationship. She's the author of the new book, Till Death Do Us Part. Unless I kill you first. Great title. Yikes! Dr. Jamie Turndorf, who's known as Dr. Love. She's a relationship expert and a radio host. Jamie, thanks for being here. Why do you guys react that way? Because we mean well.
Oh, well, heated fighting triggers a biochemical imbalance in men's bodies that causes them to withdraw. And the technical name for this is the demand withdraw negative escalation cycle, or husband withdrawal for short. And no, I'm not talking about a natural form of birth control.
I'm thinking like men just call it nagging. You're nagging me. How do we deal with these type of situations then? I mean, because I'm sure guys say that it happens with them too. You said on your show that it's important for women that we need to keep it cool in an argument. Is that what you think we should do? How?
Well, let me just tell you, men's bodies are hardwired to be hyper-reactive to stress and danger. And this wiring dates back to prehistoric times when men were hunters and they needed to react with lightning speed to flee or to fight dangerous prey. Well, modern danger is no longer the ferocious tiger. It's the pissed-off wife or girlfriend. When she comes at him, baring her teeth and berating him with criticism, his body sees danger and it involuntarily switches off into the fight-flight mode. And since he doesn't want to physically fight her, he flees instead.
So we can't blame the guys for this. I mean, because it's by a lot. They're wired that way is what you're saying. So in the heat of an argument, how in the world do you keep your cool then, especially if you're right?
Well, one thing I also wanted to tell you, because women, it's really important for women to know that there are many ways that men withdraw. And if you understand the 3 main ways they withdraw, it helps you stay cool. Because besides physically fleeing, where they leave the room, the house, they escape, the space, they hide in the basement, they also verbally flee. Mm-hmm. Here, they're escaping responsibility with their words, justifying.
Silent treatment, right?
No, that's not. No, they're actually in your face saying no and escaping responsibility, making excuses, justifying, defending. They're verbally escaping. And then they also what you said, the silent treatment is psychic fleeing. Here they're physically present, but they're mentally gone. Deaf, dumb, and blind, drooling on their tie, no hablo inglés. They're mentally gone. But no matter which of the 3 ways a guy flees, a woman doesn't understand. It's all primitive biological programming. She gets hurt. She thinks, oh, he doesn't even give a crap about me to stick around and respond. She turns up the heat, as you said, unwittingly setting off more biological fire alarms, more fleeing. And this is how all relationship conflict, divorce, and domestic violence is born. But there is a way out.
Yeah, what's a woman to do? That's what I'm wondering now at this point.
There is a way out. So you know how I said that heated fighting is what triggers husband withdrawal and more fighting. But cooling the climate down stops husband withdrawal and fighting. And I have something I call marital climate control. And there are 2 things that I can tell you of my many marital climate control techniques. The first one is to identify and eliminate your fight traps. These are those faulty, dysfunctional fighting tactics everybody uses, like name calling, character assassinations, put downs, sarcasm. Yeah. They all heat the climate and cause more husband withdrawal. And I always say, whatever you say and do boomerangs back on you. And while it may feel good in the moment to get your rocks off, on the rocks is where your relationship is going to end up if you don't ditch the fight traps.
Really got to protect the guy's ego.
Yeah, just ditch it, because you may feel good, but you are going to create more heat, more withdrawal, and more fighting. And there's another way. You want me to tell you another way to cool the climate? Would you like to hear another?
I would love to, but we've got to leave it there right now. Dr. Jamie Turndorf, some great advice. I could talk to you all day. When it comes to a relationship, your brain can be your worst enemy, so much so that it can wreck your relationship. Our next guest talks about that. Dr. Jamie Turndorf is the author of Till Death Do Us Apart, Unless I Kill You First. She's also the relationship expert and radio host as well. You may have heard of her, Dr. Love. Dr. Love, thanks for joining us. Okay, so how does that work exactly? Because you say that our brain kind of backfires on us. We're trying to make progress here.
Exactly. Our brains play the nastiest tricks on us, especially in our intimate relationships. And there's something I call the echo process, where we actually hear our parents talking to us when we're speaking to our partners. And when this happens, we negatively distort everything we see and hear.
You hear, go clean up your room. So why does our brain do that stuff to us?
We do, and it's totally unconscious. Like a husband and wife are sitting at the table, right? And it's Tuesday night chicken night, and he says, oh no, it's not chicken night again. And she goes nuts. What, you don't like my chicken? Go stuff my chicken. And he says, what did I say? I was just thinking how fast time flies. So you have to train your brain to fight for you, not against you, if you want to get along and have a relationship that lasts. And I have actually 5 techniques, simple little tips to help you do that.
Okay, so the first one is hold your horses. What do you mean?
How'd you know? Are you a horseback rider?
Yeah.
Hold your horses means when you start feeling like you're losing your you-know-what, just don't say or do anything. Go off, splash water on your face, and then the second thing you do is take a step back in time. Here, I want you to compare your present-day offense with something you suffered as a kid. Compare the 2. Now, in the third step, what you want to do is take a hard look at reality. Ask yourself, is there any chance I'm distorting what I'm seeing and hearing now? Is it possible, even 1% chance, that I might be misreading, negatively distorting what my partner's saying? And then in step 4, check out your suspicions. Don't jump to conclusions. Ask your husband, are you saying you don't like my chicken recipe? And then he'll say, no, I love all your chicken parts, your breast, your thighs, your neck.
Right? And you have one more important tip. What's that?
And then step 5, smooth any ruffled feathers, in this case, chicken feathers. Now, you learn to train your brain. Put yourself in my love school and your love will rule. Train your brain and you will get along.
I thought you were going to say sex or something like that. All right. Well, Dr. Jamie Turndorf, we thank you so much and really appreciate your time. That was fun.
Really fun. Nice seeing you.